Developments tonight in a story we first told you about in July. Hundreds were billed for work they never asked for, and 15 Investigates found a state report showing the Dane County Drainage Board broke the law in doing it. Now, residents have more time to pay that bill. WMTV's Nicole Herzog joins us live in studio. And Nicole, the Drainage Board is now addressing some of their mistakes, but still a lot of unanswered questions tonight.
Mark, that's right. Tonight, the Dane County Drainage Board held a new meeting for Drainage District 27. This after the state found the board failed to notify all landowners about the first one. But after hearing from board members, residents say they still can't trust the Drainage Board.
We're all here wondering, $350 for what?
A question residents in Drainage District 27 have been wondering since May.
We don't see what the necessary need for the work was. We didn't see the work. There's just a lot of questions about it.
Tonight, the Drainage Board finally providing some explanation as to why residents have to pay.
At the edge of the housing development, the pipe stops and it immediately goes into the district channels,
showing people the benefits of living in a drainage district and how each property is billed. But some questions still remain unanswered.
Was this whole thing subject to a bid to begin with? Did you guys get bids for this project?
The Drainage Board says they weren't required to advertise for bids for the work because the projects were done in two separate parts.
a bid is required if it's $25,000 or more. Our brush cleaning was less.
15 Investigates first found a DATCAP report showing the Drainage Board failed to provide notice to residents that they were living in a drainage district. That's required every 3 years.
Did you know that you were required to send notice, though, every 3 years?
So like I said, many of us are new. And so the former attorney,
You've been, how many years
well,
have
a
you been on
couple
the
of us,
board?
right? But we always allowed the
8
former
years?
attorney to handle all of the notification process.
Moving forward, the Drainage Board says they'll follow the law and says these violations are not uncommon.
The majority of the drainage boards in the entire state are out of compliance. That's what Bart said.
It doesn't make it better for
It
us.
doesn't make it better, but I'm just saying that.
It doesn't make it right.
But no, because of this, what's been going on for the last few months, we're now very aware.
The Drainage Board was given until December 31st to comply with state laws. That's also when residents now will have to pay the bill. The board says they can't cancel that bill because the work was already done and prevented people's homes from flooding. For now, live in studio, Nicole Herzog, WMTV 15 News.
Nicole, thank you. The Drainage Board also says they hope to see the city of Madison take over drainage responsibilities to avoid those who feel like they're being double taxed for the work. Now, we started following this story